How we doing today, man? It is day before FOMC. Why do I mention that? Well, if we pull up the Forex Factory, we have no news today. And I'm normally not a guy that will sit here and tell you guys, oh, don't trade before this day, or don't trade today because we have high impact news, or don't do this, that, the other. I'm not normally someone that says that, but FOMC is the one exception where I actually do listen to that and am very, very picky. I didn't come into today saying I was not going to trade, but I knew that today was more than likely going to be a little bit of, kind of slower, more kind of just sloppy price. Although the 1150 macro or the 1050, 1110 macro actually did kind of give us something that paper traded, so I can go over that trade and kind of the ideas. But we have FOMC tomorrow. I will not be trading the morning session. Might not even look at the morning session, if I'm being honest. There's so many times I wake up for the FOMC morning session to try and see something, and I just see nothing. But today is a perfect day where there was no trades to be taken for me, right? And why? What was the title of the video? I think it's going to be something along the lines of why trading takes so long to succeed at. And I kind of want to go over that and kind of talk about that real quick. But first off, if you guys had an issue with Tradingview today, I want to put you guys on something. I woke up to my charts looking like this. Absolute nonsense. These blue lines everywhere. Absolute nonsense. If you saw this, didn't know what to do, I posted on Twitter at Diego B Trades. I was like, yo, somebody help me. And luckily, somebody did. Let me see who it was so I can give them a little shout out, man, because it saved my life. Tyrus Frost, the actual GOAT, man. Like, he told me you go into settings, you go to symbol, and you go to electronic trading hours background. This is where it's like this, and you just turn it to white or whatever color you have. And that saved my life. Just wanted to throw that out there so that if anybody else, I don't know why, because I didn't turn that on, it just was affecting my chart. So, anyways, why does trading take so long to see any real results? And then I'm going to talk about after that why trading you can see so many results so quick after you just get your head right. The number one reason why is because days like today, not trading, right? If we go here, took a paper account trade, and wow, we actually are kind of killing this practice account. Let's see how long we traded on it. We have a good amount of time trading on it, like some losing sessions in here, some wins, right? Doesn't really matter, right? This is a paper account, so but we've had it for like 2 months, so it's not like we just keep resetting this thing. But if we go here, personal lockout today, we have 613 on the balance still, and we go to the charts here. 0 trades today. Overall, this month has been better. Obviously, it's negative month so far, but that's only about 150 points negative that we can make back through the next 2 weeks. And honestly, pretty good month. We've executed pretty well. These losing days are kind of unfortunate, but the volatility was crazy these days, like one trade. I think I was trading 2 micros here, so I was still trading 2 micros at this point. So I was losing a lot on one trade. But regardless, right, that's not nor here nor there. No trades today. What would past me have done? What would past me have done if, or not even really past me, but just old me would have said, hey, we need a trade today, right? Because we want to make money, because we want to get our account out of drawdown, because we want to pass an eval, because we want to do whatever, right? I spent so long in my trading journey worried about making money, passing accounts, and even if it wasn't consciously, you are making a lot of mistakes with your trading that you're not even doing consciously. You're not even trying to do it, right? Because nobody tries to do the wrong thing, but a lot of the things that you're doing that are wrong are literally just subconscious impulses, right? Human nature, greed, FOMO, all the things that makes you a good trader are all the things humans are not naturally, which is just patience, discipline, battling FOMO. We're not good at those things as humans, right? That's why when you're in high school, you're always trying to fit in, do something, not be left out, because FOMO, right? lack of discipline, right? You don't want to do your homework. You don't want to do whatever. You want to go, go do something instead, right? That's everything that we're bad at as human beings naturally is trading's things you have to be good at trading. So why does it take you 2 years? It shouldn't. And I'm not going to say everybody because I'm going to inevitably get 10 comments minimum about how it took me 3 months to become profitable. First of all, probably not. Second of all, even if you did, right, good for you. You probably were really good you probably had a great mentor. You probably did things the right way, right? That is not the case for 99.9% of not traders, but profitable traders. 99% of profitable traders, it took them at least a year. At least. Like literally at least. 2 years, 3 years. Why do you hear so many people, took me 2 years, took me 3 years, right? Because that's normal, right? So never think that it's abnormal that you're taking longer than what you want, right? Because there's not a single person that starts trading that doesn't want to be profitable within a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, right? There's not a single person. Every single person that starts trading says, I want to be profitable as ASAP. But when that doesn't happen, are you going to be able to keep going, right? When you're a year in, are you going to be able to keep trading? Are you going to be able to keep learning, keep improving, keep trying to show up? If the answer is no, then you got to, maybe think of something else to do because it's not for everyone. Not seeing results for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years is not for everyone, right? It's not for everyone. But the trick is that it's really not necessary to be failing for so long. Because I really do think a year, 2 years is like the minimum in terms of just a realistic. Like if you want to be quick at getting profitable, but you don't want to put a crazy goal of 6 months, 3 months, a month, right? Something that's just abnormal. Give yourself, say, a year and a half, 2 years, right? That's close to where I'm at. I'm around a year and a half. I'm approaching 2 years in a few months, right? We'll be there. And I'm not profitable yet consistently, but I know I'm on the verge. I know I'm close. I'm improving every day. I can see the vision, right? But that's a realistic timeline, 2 years. Man, if I didn't have 2 years that I've had, I mean, obviously I wouldn't be as good as I am now. I wouldn't even be where I'm at now. So don't even get into trading if you're not willing, right? It could be 6 months, right? I'm not going to limit you or say that you can't do it quicker. But don't even start trading unless you're willing to see no results for 2 years minimum, maybe 3, 4, right? But say, what would happen in 2 years from now if it's not working? Would I still want to do it? Would I still be able to do it? And that's a very hard question to ask yourself and really be honest with. But that's reality. What has been holding me back for so long? A lot of this stuff we talk about, FOMO, fear, greed. Why has that been happening? Well, because on a day like today, where for me, right, why did I not like trading here? Well, because we don't even have any fair value gaps. You don't see price from after market opened, right? We just dumped because that's the theme. We had 2 days where market was ripping, and then now we've had just a big sell-off. But maybe we're going to go back higher. Regardless, we open, dump. We run liquidity right here, these relative equal lows instantly. And after that, we hit the objective. Yesterday's Asia and London session. And what do we get? We get no fair value gaps anywhere. There's one right here, but it's micro. One right here, right? Get sideways price action during 10:30. Like this is the clearest sign. This right here is right when I locked my account. I didn't care, right? Back when you're trying to force things, when you're trying to be profitable, it's so hard to just not trade. And I did find a good trade today. What was the good trade, you say? Well, we have lower draws on liquidity here and lower. We're in a clearly obvious bearish model. We swept out this high here. We had remanipulation leg. We have inversed these bullish moves. We've been bearish. We had a 30-minute gap right here. We have a 30-minute fair value gap that we tap into. And then we have a 1 minute. We have a 1 minute gap right here. All right, 30-minute high. We have a 1 minute inversion. And you could enter off the inverse right there. Stop above the high. Targeting this low. Or you can wait for the macro, which opens up at 10:50. Wait for the macro. What do? We pull back into this 1 minute inversion or 1 minute fair value gap. We get a 1 minute fair value gap out of it. That was my entry on the paper account right here. And then we create an order block right after on this down close candle, but you get in on this, stop above this high, above this fair value gap, and you target this liquidity because we're delivering from a 30-minute gap, 1 minute inverse, break a structure, change of state delivery. Technically change of state delivery here, but I'll just say this, right? Change of state delivery, order block, whatever, retrace, displacement, fair value gap, boom, cool. Simple as you like in the macro. That was the good trade, quote unquote good trade. But when price is showing you that's inefficient, when it's not really trying to do much, you don't need to trade. And the reason it takes so long to become profitable is because it's so hard to just not take this trade. It's so hard to just not, what else? Take this inverse. It's so hard to see here when you're beginning. And again, you guys are going to look at this trade and say, what? This is not a trade. But it would be so hard. And it doesn't really work, but it would be so hard, when you're newer and you learn about inversion. Oh, okay, cool. We just swept liquidity. We're super far down, so we're in discount. We have an inversion of a singular fair value gap. We have low resistance liquidity, blah, 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 right? I'm going to target this. I'm going to go break even at this high, and I'm going to have a stop below this low and a close back below. And then you chop and chop and chop, and it closes here, and you close the trade, and you lose, and that's such an unnecessary loss. That's like a example that you might say, oh, that's a bad example, but that's how it happens sometimes. You take bad trades, you take bad setups. And the main reason I want to talk about this today too is also because this is again day before FOMC. It's so hard to accept the fact of day before FOMC, it's probably going to be bad conditions. Same with the morning tomorrow. The missing piece, or the last piece of why it takes so long, I've kind of given some examples, but the real thing and the real reason is the process. The process is so slow. I've been trading for almost 2 years, a year and a half for sure, right? If we count actually trading on fundeds, only since October 2023, so that's about a year, and October, November, December, January, February, a year and a half still, right? So a year and a half of trading on props, almost 2 years of just watching charts. It'll be 2 years in June. What have I struggled with the most, which is just not seeing results consistently. So because of FOMO, because of greed, because of impulsivity, I can't get consistent results. So it takes so much time to get away from those habits. But what you don't realize is that the things that are keeping you in those bad habits are trying to make money. And you might realize, I've heard that before, but let me break it down for you. I am trading this account right now. I've been trading it for a while. Not incredibly long, but we've been trading since January, right? The 16th of January. That's 1 month. And then 2 months. We just hit 2 months on this account. 2 full months of trading on this account. And we still have it. It's negative, right? But this was the first time I could make money trading, right? I started the account well, trading 1 micro through here. Surprise, we had a winning month, right? Nothing crazy, but we had 1 micro, right? If this was with one mini contract, I made $1,800 that month. Not too bad. Not too bad at all, right? Not too bad at all. The same trades, the same everything. And that's what I'm going to get to, is how quickly it can improve for you and how quickly it can change. This was a bad month. This has been $7,000 loss on 1 micro or 1 mini. So yeah, we can't have that. And we'd be down this month as well. That's not the point. The point is, what have I been doing? I've been having to focus on the process. I can't go on Twitter and post my $10,000 payout. I can't go on YouTube and talk about how I made $8,000 in one minute. I can't talk about any of that yet. Eventually, you guys are going to see videos from me that says $10,000 day, $1,000 day. I mean, you guys are going to see those videos. I promise. It's going to come. But anytime I focus on increasing my size, $200 days, passing more accounts, I trade worse. Because it's such a long journey. The reason it takes 2 years is not because it takes that long to learn how to trade. It's because it takes that long to scale your mental. All you should be doing every single time that you trade is scaling up your mental strength, your mental capital, because that's all it is. That's all it is. How much risk tolerance can you do? How much trades can you take in a day without dropping the quality of your entries, without FOMO, without revenge trading? How big of losses can you handle? All of this comes with time. That is the hard part. Right now I'm trading 1 micro. I'm doing better than ever going back to 1 micro. I'm starting to feel confident again. I'm starting to be consistent again. But I'm doing 1 micro on 1 account, right? I'm not copy trading. I'm not able to get a payout. I'm in drawdown. But I'm focusing on 1 micro. I'm focusing on the quality of trade, and I'm focusing on the quality of the day. I didn't trade today. That's improvement. Not taking a trade in a day is improvement. Because I could have sat here and said, oh my gosh, let me take this 5-minute inverse, right? We have a liquidity sweep here, nice fair value gap inversion, and this could work. But my point, again, will always be, who cares? Who cares if this trade would work? Because I know that the conditions are not very favorable for me. So why does it take so long? Is because these habits take forever. If I'm trading 1 micro, what psychologically is hard, right? It's because I know that even if I have a fantastic day, I will make maybe $150, $200, maybe $300 on 1 micro. Maybe. Like, that's like everything went perfectly, amazing day, $100 to $300, 150 points, right? So I know that I'm not going to this month. I know this month's not going to give me a $10,000 payout. It's just not going to happen. I don't even have enough time to do that. And that mentally throws you in a loop of, okay, I can't achieve that. I can't achieve this yet. I can't get a payout within this next month because I'm trading 1 micro. I'm down on the account. I wouldn't have a buffer. I don't have the $200 days. I literally could not get a payout quicker than 1 week from now. If I got $200 days and I built a buffer. And I'm not going to get it in a week, spoiler, but I can't even do that within a week. So it's so hard to focus on trading 1 micro, building my confidence, waiting for good setups, because it feels like, oh, I'm wasting this good setup on 1 micro. I'm wasting this good price action. I'm wasting this month. I could have been making this. I could have been getting a payout. January was pretty good price action. I could have been trading good in January. Oh my gosh. I'm always have this idea of, I hope I'm profitable when the price action is good so I can take advantage of it. Instead of just focusing on building my mental, building my FOMO, my impulsive side, building all these things I need to get better at, so that when I'm doing all those things at a high level, I can be rewarded. I'm not going to get rewarded with 1 micro, but this is where it goes parabolic. Is when I bring this account out of drawdown. And I bring this account out of drawdown by following my rules, by taking good setups, by executing well, by holding my trades well, by trading when I'm supposed to trade, by not trading when I'm not supposed to trade. That is the trick. I don't know how long that's going to take. I don't care how long it takes. Could take another month, could take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, could take 5 months. But I know that when this account, and maybe not this account, but I know that when I can start seeing consistency with 1 micro, and I can start seeing consistency with my mental, where I'm not FOMOing, I'm not over leveraging, I'm not revenge trading. When I can see that with 1 micro on the Express account, and definitely if I get this out of drawdown and I start having consistency, I know that I'm getting better. I haven't had that yet. I haven't been able to get out of drawdown before without revenge trading. I haven't been able to stay consistent, follow my plan. I haven't been able to consistently just do the right things. And I've spent so much time not doing the right things that I can't have a perspective. I can't have a perspective. I can't have that experience and that knowledge and that ability to trade properly and to trust myself copy trading and doing all these things because I don't have the fundamentals. And that's what we're working on here. We're not working on anything else other than what am I doing well? What do I need to improve? Let me stick to that. That is all that trading is. And this is the best part, right? This is the best part. It will be so aggressive and so quick. It's a snowball effect. It's just like YouTube. I posted, nothing. Now we have 3,000 plus subscribers. Now I get views on my videos, right? And it's going to keep growing. It's a snowball. Working out at the gym is a snowball. You're weak, no muscle, and then you start getting bigger, you get stronger, right? Everything's a snowball effect. Hear me out. Trading is no different. If you force your hand with trading, if you force the results, if you force the progress, if you force anything in life, anything, if you force it, it's going to do more damage than good. If I'm trying to force my size to increase quicker, I'm going to just take more trades I'm not prepared for. I'm going to be emotional because I haven't been able to master the motion yet, and I'm not going to be doing well. That's why I'm trading one micro. That's why I'm waiting, right? My execution has been getting better. I've been getting more consistent. I've been more patient. But I still need more. I still need to be better. I'm still not where I need to be. But you start to see success so quickly with trading. You start to see the leverage. Why? Well, I have 2 accounts here. This one's not in drawdown whatsoever. That's nice. We have one here. If we can get this one out of a drawdown, we'll be back, right? But what else? What else do we have going first? There's nothing stopping me from getting another combine. And guess what? You take a combine, you see 2 great setups, right? Maybe even take this. Let's just say we take this on the combine. Short. We short this fair value gap right here. Stop above this high. And we target, 50 points. Right there. Target 50 points. $1,000. Boom. Pass another combine in 2-3 trades. You are 2 days or 3 days away from passing a combine. If you have, what do you need to have? You need to have the ability to know that you're not just going to blow that combine. Because what's the point passing a combine 2 days if you don't have the ability to get a payout? So when you build up the skill to know that you know what you're doing, then what do? You be aggressive on the combine because it's $50, right? You give yourself $50, you buy 3 accounts because I already have 2, so I buy 3 accounts. And I copy trade them. Oh no, I blew them. 150. Cool. Let me just do a little bit of work for somebody. Get $150. Try again. Okay, cool. We passed all the accounts. We spent $500 trying to get the accounts. Whatever, right? We spent $500 trying to get the accounts, and we finally got them. Now we have 5 accounts. All right. What do? We copy trade them. Why? Because we have confidence. We have confidence that we're not going to FOMO, that we're not going to over leverage, we're not going to revenge trade, we're not going to blow up. Maybe you lose the accounts. Cool. But you just go again. And then this time, what happens? You have a nice win streak. You get the $500 $200 days. You have some $400 days. You have some and now you request a $1,000 payout from each account. That's $5,000. $5,000. Because now you're trading, instead of trading 1 micro, you're trading 2 micros on each account. And guess what? 2 micros on each account. You hit a $50 trade. That's $1,000. You're trading 1 mini now. You're not just trading 2 micros. You're trading 1 mini across 5 accounts. You're trading 1 mini. You guys want to see what a mini looks like when you're trading? Right? This is 1 mini. What job in the world do you get where you can throw in something like this, 150K account, and you can see this? Look at this. It's not up or anything, but like, what job? What have I pushed the button 5 seconds ago, and now it's worth nothing. But let's see it move, right? Let's see it move. 15. And this is not how you trade, obviously, but what job in the entire world can you see $50 in 30 seconds? Again, you're not going to do that. You're not going to just get into a trade and close after 1 point. But this is where it starts getting insane. This is where it starts getting where you start getting the results you want, where you start seeing the money that you want. You just have to follow the process. You have to follow the plan. You have to follow the consistency, and you have to build self-trust. That's all it is. There's no difference between what you're doing between your 50-point trade and someone else's 50-point trade that makes them 10 grand. It's just the fact that they can trust themselves to do the right things when they know they need to not do the wrong things. They have that trust because they have that understanding with when and when not to trade, when and when not to be put on risk. That's all we're doing. We're trying to just learn when to trust ourselves. If you don't have the self-trust, you can't be profitable because you're going to blow up, you're going to overtrade, you're going to over-leverage. I'm only working on my self-trust, my self-belief, because that's where it starts getting crazy. Now you want to talk about what happens when you get the 5 accounts and you trade, and now you're at the point where you can trade 4 micros. Why? Because 4 micros, is not, that's just double, right? Instead of 2 micros, we're trading 4 micros now because now we have maybe 150K accounts. 4 micros. What's 4 micros times by, or like let's say a 50-point stop loss on 4 micros is $400, right? You're risking $400 on a trade, right? Cool. 4 micros times 5 accounts, that's 20. Now that's 2 full contracts now. 2 contracts. Now let's see how that moves, right? You start seeing the money move, right? If we have stop loss here and you have to take profit down here, let's say this was a setup that you would hit on your 1 micro, right? $2,730 in 1 day, in 1 push of a button, right? Obviously, we don't know if this is going to play out, but let's just say this was a setup. Absolutely crazy. Get in, right? It's a 68-point trade, risking 30 points. Yeah, you can lose this much, but hopefully you have the consistency and the ability to not, right? And that's where it just gets crazy. And that's where the snowball, because you're just trusting yourself and consistency away from doing that. There's no difference, right? There's no difference. And that's why I have to always remind myself is that I'm not worried about how much I make today, tomorrow, the next day, because guess what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If I'm doing the right things, it doesn't matter if it's 1 micro. I'm not wasting the trade. I'm not wasting a good trade on, barely making anything. No, I'm building the experience because there's always going to be another trade. There's always going to be another day. You're always going to have more opportunity. There's no shortage of trades in the market. There's no shortage of days that you can trade. So it's impossible for you to just rush the process. But once you have it down, once you have the skill, once you have everything in place, then that's when you size up. That's when you start copy trading. That's when you start getting where you want to be. Because guess what, man? Guess what? If I could take a $1,000 payout from an account right now, that would be insane, right? That would be a big accomplishment. And that's not really that crazy. It's not that hard to do. It's just consistency. It's just consistency and discipline. So I wanted to talk about that today because no trades today, so nothing really to talk about in the market. Day before FOMC. Won't be trading FOMC morning tomorrow. So, dude, I don't know. I want to make a video, though. But I really want to talk about that today. I think it's really important. Because I guess just for me to remind myself that the results that I'm looking for are going to be there sooner than I know it. I just have to keep sticking to the process. Keep just focusing on the main thing, keeping the main thing, which is just execution of the charts, discipline, and consistency. That's all I need, and I'll be copy trading the 5 accounts in no time, and we'll be killing it, right? So I can't wait for that, but I can't worry about it, right? That's all that we got to do. So appreciate all you guys watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like the video and comment as much as you can. It pushes my videos and helps me make more ad revenue. So I will see you guys in the next one, man. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, hopefully you guys had a good day. Let me know if you guys traded today. Curious. Let me know if you guys trade tomorrow morning. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.